Hey guys, welcome to the Working Man Sports Talk, where we like to talk to other working men about sports. And if you aren't a man, who cares? Welcome to the show. Today, we're going to talk about free agency of the NFL because it's getting hot, it's getting interesting, it's getting crazy. John, what do you think? Let's start with the Minnesota Vikings free agency.
Minnesota Vikings, or you want to start with quarterbacks overall? I think
Oh, hey, quarterbacks. I mean, the reason why I said Vikings because they got a QB situation going on
they
there.
do got a QB. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. I'd say let's start with quarterback breakdown first. We all know what we can say. We start with the Minnesota Vikings. We all know. I truly believe Kirk Cousins is not coming back. I truly believe that he's going to go sign with the Atlanta Falcons, and the Vikings are going to have to do something about that. What I think the Vikings should do is either go get themselves a Baker Mayfield or go sign Russell Wilson for $1 million.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Reason
Like,
why
will he take $1 million?
he would. You want to know why? The Broncos still have to pay out the rest of his contract that he signed for 5 years that just started this year, and that's like $42 million guaranteed.
So you would get him on a deal.
You
it
would
be a steal.
Because
Who's backup? Who's backup? Are we keeping what's his name?
Oh, which one? Which one? There's so many of them. Which one?
The rookie.
No, get rid of him.
No, I said, are they keeping him? Do you know?
Oh, I wouldn't. I'm not so for sure, but I know.
Will they have a penalty on that?
No, I mean they probably would have a cap penalty on it, maybe depending on when he was drafted. I can't remember.
I'd say develop him one more year. I mean, the kid might have a chance.
And so I wouldn't. But what I would do is either.
I'm sorry. Can you hear that? It sounds like it's like an airplane or like a jetliner just hovering right over the top of my house.
No, I don't hear anything.
Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what that.
But
Sorry.
I would either go out and get yourself a veteran quarterback and either like a bridge quarterback, get yourself either a Gardner Minshew, maybe a Jameis, a Ryan Tannehill, a Baker. Baker's not really a bridge quarterback if you go out and get him at this point because he's 29 years old.
And he earned that money when he did in Tampa. I mean,
he
did push his stock up.
He did big time. So with that being said, they go out and get a bridge quarterback, or they can go out and get Baker. They can go out and get Baker Mayfield. You can go draft a quarterback later on in the draft, which I mean, like a Joe Milton, a Spencer Rattler, oh gosh, who else is there?
Drake May.
No, Drake May. He's going to go in the first round. But
yeah,
there's a lot of quarterbacks that are going to go later round.
Do you think the Florida State QB is going to get drafted in the first round? I can't remember his name right now. Blanking.
I know what you're talking about. Jordan. His name is Jordan. I can't remember it all the way, but I know his first name is Jordan. I don't think he's going to go in the first round. I think he's going to go later on.
Maybe get him. He was underrated in my opinion.
But didn't he have that Achilles or knee?
I think it was ACL.
So you have that to worry about. But I wouldn't mind having I wouldn't mind drafting Joe Milton.
Joe Milton's not too bad. He worked his way. He was at Tennessee, I believe, right?
Yep. Just built like Cam Newton. He might be Anthony Richardson's a little bit.
I would see JJ McCarthy go to the Vikings. That would be pretty sweet.
The only thing is with his they said that with his combine, his draft stock went up big time.
Well, he's good.
I mean, so did Joe Milton, because Joe Milton was supposed to be really late on in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
His draft stock went up. So did Spencer Rattler's draft stock went up.
Spencer Rattler?
Yeah. Wow. He had a good combine.
Did you hear anything about Michael Pratt?
No.
From Tulane?
I have not.
Milton. Sam Hartman from Notre Dame. He might be pretty solid too. He was pretty good.
Or even Bo Nix.
Don't
forget about Penix Jr. either.
I would love for the Vikings to get Bo Nix or Penix Jr.
Like, I feel like Bo Nix, Penix Jr., and Jaden McCarthy could easily go late first round, early second round.
Yeah. And now let's shift away from the Vikings then. What about your boy Saquon Barkley? Now getting the franchise tag in New York. I'm just saying it's not. We don't know if it's true yet. Could be coming to Tampa Bay. That would be great down there. We need a nice running
You
game.
know,
And the Giants just make another big mistake again.
no, they actually didn't. They actually are showing Saquon, hey, we're telling you that as much as you are worth is what you're going to get here in New York. Now, he might get paid the same amount of money that they offered him, but it's not going to be what he wants. And that's you look at the running back market; it's so big right now. You have Saquon, you have Derrick Henry, you have Josh Jacobs, you have
Austin Eckler,
you have Austin Eckler, DeAndre Swift,
Alexander Madison, Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, I mean, even Zeke did wonders, I think, for his stock last year.
He did wonders for your football fantasy team.
He did. He carried
He
us
about
to
drug
the
you
playoffs.
guys to the championship.
Yeah. And so
DeAndre Swift is floating around out there.
And so it's one of those type of things where if they're gonna want money, I think players like Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs are gonna sign back with their teams.
Do you think Josh Jacobs is gonna go back to the Raiders, and you think Saquon Barkley is gonna go back to the New York Giants?
Yep.
I don't know about that because I know you don't want him to go to Tampa, but there's a little birdie that's been floating around saying either Tampa and think it can work out.
No, I mean the two there's only two teams that he wants to go to. Two. And that's Giants and Texans.
And he told you this specifically?
Oh yes, I have great connections with Saquon Barkley. I can say it with a straight face.
Oh man, when you said that, I was like, okay.
No, but that's something like that. Those are situations that he's looking for. He wants
where he can win,
where he knows he can win with the Texans, or he wants to stay where he's at and build up a winning team.
If he goes to, but thing is, he does need a quarterback though, because he did way too much. Too much was put on him last year. I mean, this dude went from Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor. What was the other guy? The Italian stallion?
Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito. Back to Tyrod.
Yeah, I mean, as well as everything, the Giants have to figure out their QB situations for sure. But they have to figure out their interior O line too, because that was just god awful watching last year, especially me being a Giants fan. That was really god awful.
Oh, you were pissed.
Oh, I was.
I remember those Sundays. You'd be pissed.
It was bad. But yeah, I can see Saquon and Josh Jacobs going back to their home team.
What about Tony Pollard?
Tony Pollard, I can actually see him. I can see Tony Pollard going to, if Saquon goes back to
New York,
I can see Tony Pollard end up in Texans with the Texans.
And what about here's one.
See Derrick Henry either going to Cowboys or to the Eagles.
You imagine Derrick Henry goes to the Minnesota Vikings? Or better yet, if he goes to the Buccaneers, or here's one for you. Where do you think DeAndre Swift is going to land?
I can see DeAndre. I can see him going to the Chargers, because I don't think the Chargers are going to bring back Austin Eckler.
That's good. What about Patriots?
I see him going. No, because they have Ramon Stevenson.
True, but he does get hurt though.
I mean, DeAndre Swift is that nice secondary back, which that's something that I can see either him or even J.K. Dobbins going to do.
I was getting ready to say J.K. Dobbins too,
because J.K. definitely comes. He's always getting hurt. I feel like every year.
He's coming off that injury again.
He's definitely a solid secondary back. He's not. I feel like he's not a guy that you can sit there and say, with all his injuries, he's not that type of guy that you can sit there and be like, "Hey, we're gonna hand the ball off to you 15, maybe 20 times a game, and do your thing." He's not that type of guy. He's the type of guy that you're gonna hand the ball off to him maybe 5 to 10 times a game, give him 1 to 2 passes, and that's it. Which, like I said, a good secondary, solid backup running back.
Well, then here you go. Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 names here: A.J. Dillon and Jerick McKinnon, both free agents. If Jerick McKinnon is free agent, would Swift maybe get scooped up to the Chiefs?
No,
Him and Pacheco?
you have. They still have. What's the name out there? Edward Solaire.
No, he's Clyde
Is he?
Edwards-Helaire is a free agent.
Is he? Then
Yep.
they could. I think. You know what? They can even get Tony Pollard out there.
And Cam Akers is free agent too.
I can see the Vikings sign Devin Singletary.
That's actually a good call. I can see that.
A dream scenario
Dream scenario for who?
for the Minnesota Vikings. I was talking to a buddy about this the other day. If the Vikings can sign Saquon Barkley, then we're talking about getting Russell Wilson for $1 million.
Maybe.
And hopes and prayers that he turns into the Russell Wilson that's in Seattle.
Dude, he didn't even have a bad year this year, to tell you the truth.
No, he did.
That was just a bad situation overall with that shit out there.
It was
like, that was not going to go from the get go when they brought in boy. Like that.
Oh yeah, it was one of those type of things. Was hey, this is my team. We have a new head coach. It's his team, Sean Payton, and Sean Payton didn't pick him as his quarterback. So hey, I'm gonna use you as a downfall for anything possible. Even though you had a great year or a good year, I'm still gonna use you as a downfall guy.
He was solid,
So
man.
much money.
He was solid. I'm gonna pull up his stats. That was, I mean, he was solid, dude.
But as you're pulling up his stats there, let me know when you have them up.
Yeah, I got you.
That's what I think was going to happen. The running backs, wide receivers, with wide receivers, Calvin Ridley, like Marquise Brown, and Gabe.
Wait, Calvin Ridley's free agent?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Those three are going to get picked up, I feel like, right away. Even maybe Curtis Samuel. But
Curtis Samuel's going to get picked up, bro.
The draft is so jam-packed with wide receivers. Like, it's insane.
It is.
I feel like one of those type of things.
That position, I feel like, is becoming the new running back position of being the value is going down, possibly.
I don't know. I wouldn't say the value is going down. It's just so jam packed. Where like if you're older at that position, as of right now, with this draft coming in, you're most likely going to get pushed out because they can develop younger talent.
I got a stats here.
Okay.
Russell Wilson was 66.4% completion rate for 3,070 yards. He had 26 touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
Oh, wow. He actually really did have a really good year.
He was number 19 quarterback in the league. That's pretty fucking solid. I mean, come on now.
I mean, I'll take him.
26 versus 8?
I would definitely.
And let's just put this here. Let's put this out there because people don't think about this. This dude was sacked 45 times.
That's too much. That's being hit way too much.
And while we're at it, we'll sprinkle this in. Bryce Young was sacked 62 times.
I'm surprised he survived the whole season.
I know.
He's a little guy. I'm surprised he survived.
I mean, his touchdown to interception ratio was terrible, though. It was 11-10.
I mean, what do you expect?
But when you're getting sacked 62 fucking times, I mean, come on now.
I mean, half the time, you think about half his throws, he's probably throwing up on a prayer with his eyes closed. He's probably going to get smashed.
My question for him is, how much can one man take? 62 times getting hit. I need to get back on track because that just fucking blows my mind. I mean, that is crazy. 62 times?
That's more than that's more half than 100. That's
but
over 50. That's over 50 times you roll back for a pass and you've been sacked.
Yeah, and you got Gardner Minshew, who's a free agent. He was 15 for 9, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That's not that great. That's bad. Yeah, Geno Smith. Well, he's not free agent. Never mind.
But as you look at it, like Michael Thomas, I don't see him getting picked up anytime soon. Tyler Boyd got franchise tag. Odell Beckham, I don't see him getting picked up anytime soon unless he goes back to the Ravens.
You know who was going to be a free agent and then they got franchise tag today?
Who?
Antonio Winfield Jr.
Yep.
I'm glad they kept him.
I bet. Going back to KJ Osborne, I feel like he really didn't do too much for himself last season. The year before that, he had a really great year.
He won't be a Viking. He'll be a Chief this year. Watch.
I could see that actually happen. I see him either go to the Chiefs. You know what? I can actually see him going out to the Bills. To the Bills, I don't think are going to bring back Gabe Davis.
No, he dropped some big balls last year.
Oh
Let me
yeah,
see here. You got
Darnell Mooney. Like these are guys right here that I'm naming that I just don't see right away getting picked up.
you think Randall Cobb
Nope, he's too old. Unless Aaron Rodgers brings him back.
could make
That's
that
the only
last
reason why he
run,
went to the Jets.
that last hurrah.
But
And
otherwise than
then
that,
see here.
man,
Chase Claypool.
nah, that guy's done. Talking about
And
special teams.
did he do anything down there in Miami?
No, he didn't do anything. Chosen didn't do anything. Who's also a free agent.
And now let me tell you, you got two receivers right there. Tua was a number 5 quarterback in the league. No, was number 1 quarterback in the league.
And what?
Passing.
You want to know why? Tyreek Hill. You
That's
take
true.
Tyreek Hill.
That's true.
You
That's
take
true.
Tyreek Hill away. He's nothing like that. I mean,
That's
I
true.
had
Have you
Tyreek
seen
Hill
his
in fantasy. And
have you
Tyreek
seen
Hill
his route
carried me
pattern?
across the finish line multiple weekends.
Have you seen his route pattern?
Tyreek Hill, no.
Because they show like their route tendencies and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
When they show his, it was all like all over with like scribbles.
Yeah. I don't even think he actually runs routes. He just says, "Hey, get open." You play street ball with the guy because he's so fast.
Yeah. I mean, holy smokes. That's wild, man. I mean, that's true with having Tyreek Hill. That does make a difference. That does. And then number 2 quarterback was Jared Goff. But anyway, let's see here. So I'm looking to see Sterling Shepard. Where do you think he'll end up at?
I think he might be retiring.
You think so?
At least I thought, yeah.
Paris Campbell?
Like I said, it's gonna be one of the things that when it comes down to those wide receivers, like I feel like the only wide receivers that are gonna get picked up right away are Calvin Ridley, Marquise Brown, Gabe Davis, Curtis Samuel. Otherwise,
That's
everyone else is gonna be more towards the draft or after the draft or right before training camp.
you don't think anybody's gonna pick up Ray McLeod?
No.
Could. See here, I'm just looking. It's gonna get interesting because again, like especially now, they're gonna be adding 18 games possibly to the NFL.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So what's gonna happen
insane.
with that? The pay is gonna go up. We get to make more room. But dude, it's gonna get to the point where it's not gonna be about who's the better team. It's about who's not hurt.
Hey, quick question for you. Did they franchise tag Levante David?
Not that I'm aware of. I can
Okay,
look that
he's
up
a
for
free
you.
agent.
I don't think they did. I just know they did Antoine Winfield Jr.
Devin White, he's a free agent.
Come to Minnesota or come back to Tampa. Sign those guys.
Nah, he doesn't go to the Giants.
Yeah, you know that could happen. Let me see something real quick here. Let's see.
Let's see the corners. Let's see what we got for corners. Yeah, Kendall Fuller. Your favorite, Stephon Gilmore from the Cowboys.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's a
Kenny
beast.
Moore. Oh, he is. The only thing is he's 33 years old. How much longer can he keep up playing at that top level?
Give him a 2-year contract.
Will he take a 2-year or will he want more? That's the thing.
That's true. Outside linebacker, Anthony Barr's free agent.
Anthony Barr?
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Vikings had him for a little bit, but he's injury prone. It's one of those type of things where it's just like, ugh. Like what do you do? Where is Chase Young gonna go? That's what I want to know.
Dude, where's Shaq Barrett gonna go?
Shaq Barrett, he's gonna go to I don't know.
You were getting ready to say he's going to New York.
I was gonna say to go to New York. But I
You
wanna go
can't
to New
take
York
my
with
whole
it.
goddamn team. Like, come
Oh,
on.
we're
now.
gonna convert the Tampa Bay Buccaneers into the new New York Giants.
It don't matter.
Football
Y'all got
team.
Daniel Jones. It's not gonna go anywhere. That train has halted.
Like, I want to know. Like, that's another thing about the Vikings right now. They have Davenport and they have Janelle Hunter. They're both edge rushers that are free agent.
Yeah. It's tough.
So it's like, what are you doing that? And then it's like, okay, if they can't bring those in, do they try Chase Young
Could. He's out there.
or Bryce Huff from the Giants? I mean, not Giants, the Jets.
I'm just looking over. They see here. They got Jadeveon Clowney. He's out there. There's some options.
There is options out there.
There's a lot of options. This is actually the deepest I feel like the league has been in a minute, especially with the upcoming classes too. It's gonna be crazy. I'm excited to see a lot what's gonna happen. I mean, that's all I really have left I got to say about it. You got anything else you want to add in here?
I got nothing. I'm just saying I'm excited to see what happens in free agency in this offseason.
Me too. And I think we're all gonna be shocked about what happens. You know, before we go, I just want to say this for all. I read this comment about Kirk Cousins going to Atlanta. They say, watch Kirk Cousins go to Atlanta and win a Super Bowl, and that's going to hurt worse than the 98 season.
No.
I'm just saying. All right, guys. Well, look, I want to thank you guys for listening to the Working Man Sports Talk podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We do want to hear from you, and you'll hear from us soon.
Peace.